with my bicycle, and I just discovered that my what do you call this, basket, the bottom of it, there's a piece of plastic that broke, and so now it falls out of the thing that it slides into. And so it just occurred to me while I was bicycling home that this is actually a great opportunity to use the Paracord that I always carry around with me in my backpack. So I kind of wrapped it around, the Paracord around the basket and the piece that it attaches to. You can actually see the broken part right there a little bit. This thing was kind of just like dangling off when I got to GW, the place where I was going. And so I wrapped it around. The issue is it's still kind of loose. You can see, I don't know if you can tell, but the bottom tray kind of stays still while the basket wobbles around on it, and that's not ideal. And I think the reason is that it's hard to keep these different sections tight while I am tightening it. It's hard to keep these things tight. So what I'm thinking is I may just retie this with it tied at one end with a special type of knot, one of the knots that I've learned, and then tying it having the rope go down and then doing a second knot over there, which would be one of the types of knots that I've learned that I know would make it tight. So I'm not really sure what I'll do next, but I thought this was just a cool video to make as proof that carrying around a little bit of paracord with you is actually, it can be really helpful in some kind of random situation. So I thought that was a good example that I wanted to get on video. Good example of why it's good to carry some paracord with you. I just took off the cord as it was wrapped around. I took it off so that I could tie another knot, but I wanted to show the bottom of the thing. So this is a plastic groove, and my finger can go underneath there, and that groove hooks onto a metal piece on the actual thing. So this is a groove as well. And so what happens is the plastic slides into it like this. And the problem was that one of the plastic parts that slides in totally broke off, so that now the basket will fall off. And now, I'm not sure if you could see, but this part right here is totally broken off, so that it doesn't slide at all. And so this part is still good, like that's the way it's supposed to look, and then that end this end is just totally broken. So now I'm going to have to figure out how to get that fixed. I don't understand why they didn't use metal for that, maybe just to save money. But so now I'm going to see if I can tie a second knot one knot that'll go across here, and then a second knot that'll go across here, and I'll see if that works better than what I did before, which seemed a little bit loose. This is my second attempt at securing the basket to the bicycle. I've used 3 constrictor knots in a row with the same piece of wire, and I wasn't really sure what kind of end knot to use. So I'm not even sure. I don't think the constrictor knot was probably not the best choice, but I just needed to hold the basket for a day or two until I can go to the bike shop and have it fixed or replaced or something. But what I had forgotten how to tie. I haven't practiced my knot tying in a while, so I'd forgotten how to tie these knots. And so what I ended up doing was I just got this free app for my smartphone that let me browse through different kinds of knots, and I remembered from when I was practicing my knots that the constrictor knot was a very good knot at securing a rope to an object, and so I figured, I'll just do that, and so that's what I did. So those are the 3 knots, and now if I shake it, I mean, that's pretty good, right? If I shake it, it's pretty much secure there. Whereas before, if I had shaken it this much, it would have just about fallen off the bicycle. So that's the power of rope. If you have it with you, you really can do some cool stuff with it. So again, paracord. You can get this paracord cost it was $10 or something for 100 feet, something like that. It was very cheap, very, very cheap. So bicycling home, still just about. Seems like it's pretty much the same. Obviously, over the course of a couple of days, the knots would loosen. But as a temporary fix, it seems like the knots did a really good job. So that's cool.